G'day and welcome to Campr, your link to the real world. On today's show, an ARB awning to win for your car, Campr classics and showstoppers. But for now, let's hit the road with some real outback adventure. Today on Campr, we explore a region that we've been looking forward to getting to for a very long time. The Robinson Gorge section of the Expedition National Park, about 500 kilometres northwest of Brisbane. Frank Smallwood is our guide to one of the lesser known but perhaps most beautiful parts of our state. They refer to this region as the Sandstone Wonders, and for good reason. And today, we're out of the cars and on the hoof for an up-close and personal look at some amazing country.
We're at the Flagstaff Lookout, which is part of the Gorge National Park.
Right.
We're looking out over into the Glenmoral Plains. Over to the west you can see that you've got the Glenmoral Ranges.
Geez, we've got them on a good day, haven't we?
It's absolutely spectacular today, there's no doubt about that, and I think additionally it helps, we've had some recent rain in the last 3 or 4 weeks and it just looks a treat, absolute treat.
The lookout is sensational, but after some further investigation, we find the historic Flagstaff Road Trail. Tell me what this is.
Well, this is a hand-laid flagstone road up here at Flagstaff Lookout. Just an amazing feat of manual engineering, hand-cut rock, and it was put in position by these legendary men in 1860 to allow them to bring the wool over the Gorge range. It's just fantastic.
So I gather they were bringing them through on big bullock trays, were they? Like massive, pile to the sky?
Yeah, they were. In fact, you can see some old photos around some of the historical centres in our towns, and you can see that some of these things were 15, 20 feet high. And this is the road they brought them over.
So we're talking, well over 150 years ago. It's absolutely incredible to think about it, isn't it? And to acknowledge that, people were coming through this country. I mean, this country's hard enough, isn't it? But when you think about the manual labour involved in laying this road and then driving those big bullock trays up and down here, it just does your head in, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And look, just the technical expertise they use to manually cut and lay this, and it's testament to their workmanship because it's still in place. You could still bring a dray over here now.
How far does it go?
As you can see, it technically starts just up the top here.
Yeah.
And it went all the way through to Rockhampton.
Is that right?
It's phenomenal. Every range that you hit between here and Rockhampton, there was a flagstone road. There are still remnants in some of the cattle properties between here and Rocky where they've uncovered some sections of this type of workmanship.
They were tough men, mate, much tougher than I'll tell you that.
You and I both, don't you?
The road helped to build Queensland and the nation. Then it's a stop at Murphy's Lagoon for a further history lesson.
About the grit and determination of these early explorers. Everybody's heard about the failings of Burke and Wills, but this bloke here was an absolute legend, Ludwig Leichhardt. He left the Darling Downs in the early 1840s and travelled all the way to Darwin and back on a 14-month journey to open up what are today's pastoral leases and really open up and explore the country. I don't know how he did it, but he was successful, and on his return was awarded £1,000, which in this day and age must be millions. What an amazing man.
But the main event is Expedition National Park.
It's very remote, Dean. It's about 100 kilometres inland off the Leichhardt Highway, so some 550 kilometres from inland from Brisbane. And it's a real trek right up to that sandstone country, and what makes it special is it's remote, it's quiet, it's peaceful, and it's just beautiful country.
We roll into this remote camping region in the late afternoon. Set up camp, have dinner, and then tuck in for an early night in preparation for the day ahead.
Knows his way around a camp oven, this bloke.
The road less travelled can be a rewarding experience. We're in the Robinson Gorge section of the Expedition National Park. Extremely remote, eerily quiet, and a long way from anywhere.
So a couple of do's and don'ts of remote bush camping. Firstly, 7 to 10 litres of water for drinking is recommended per person per day. If you're heading off on tracks, don't venture off the tracks, and remember to tell somebody where you're going just in case you do get lost. And thirdly, make sure you've got a good comfortable pair of walking boots, supportive and lightweight. You don't want any foot issues out here.
The walk into the gorge is about 3 kilometres of flat, well-signed track. Our first look at the gorge is from the lookout, and it left me in no doubt that this trip is definitely worth the effort.
Well, you don't have to be a marketing genius to come up with a name like Sandstone Wonders when you take a look at that view. Robinson Gorge, Expedition National Park. I've never been here before. The most beautiful of days. And we're going to give you a real good look at it now. We'll put the drone up and check it out. It's incredible, this place.
From here, we backtrack slightly and head down into the gorge itself to feel the enormity of the sandstone cliffs around us. Robinson Creek is the reason for all of this beauty, cutting its way through the soft sandstone over thousands of years. My mate Frank is a big fan of this place and is absolutely in his element. Expedition National Park is a rare gem in an area of country that definitely demands some extra attention. I must say you should put it on your list. There are so many out-of-the-way places filled with natural beauty that I urge you to get out of your comfort zone and perhaps not go back to the same old places that you're used to. Rather, head to the Banana Shire and the OQTA website for all the info on Expedition National Park and the Sandstone Wonders region of the Banana Shire. Visit sandstonewonders.com. ARB has all the aftermarket gear you'll need to get you into and out of trouble with minimal fuss. And as for the boots, well, check out Ariat's range at your local Ariat stockist.
Yeah, righto, we might have to do that one again. I've got to think for a bit.
A trip away.
You don't mean this morning.
A handbag.
The last